it's going to slap them so hard across the face that they're not going to know what happened. And that's exactly what Nostr is. Like, it's brewing, it's free speech, you can't turn it off, and it is beyond exciting. I'm just as excited about Nostr as I am about Bitcoin. Decentralized social media has been something that's been on my radar for quite a few years. Jack has been on record for many years saying that to do it is very difficult technically. I didn't understand the nuances of like why that was really difficult technically to do, but I knew that that was Jack's opinion, and I followed Jack very closely as to like what he's saying about various things. When I saw Jack start talking about this, I think at the end of 2022, Nostr, and that he had made a donation to Fiat Jaff and saying, hey, this actually has a real potential to actually be decentralized social media. I immediately dug in and was like, all right, so like, how does it work? How is it actually decentralized? How is it not Mastodon, like that you have these gatekeepers controlling content moderation and things like that? Immediately tried to start running my own relay so that I could technically sort of understand what was going on. I didn't have the best success, but I had it up and running there for a little bit with lots of help. And I'm running my own turnkey relay now with Umbral. When I saw that Jack was behind this, and I saw that it actually looks like this is going to work, I mean, I just went all in. I was just like, okay, this is huge. This is going to change the way all social media works. It's just a matter of timeline of like when the adoption curve really starts to hit. We're nowhere near that, by the way. I think that this is really important, and it's very exciting for me to know that Bitcoin is at the root of the currency system inside of this network, this communication protocol. If I could go back and tell the 2017, 2018 Preston that this is how this has shaken out, God, I would be enamored, right? I'd be so excited that this is the way things have progressed. If you would have asked me back then, I don't think that that's what I would have thought would have happened. I would have guessed that like the Facebooks of the world would have got in there, spent a lot of money on lobbying, convinced, that they would be allowed to do this with huge donations to political candidates. Because I mean, you gotta remember, these guys are awash in cash, in fiat. And so the way that it played out is really exciting. And one other thing about Jack, when I would watch him be called to Congress along with all the other social media empire controllers and basically called to the carpet to answer, I could just see the look on his face was, dear God, like decentralized social media can't come fast enough. It's going to remove all of this insanity that these idiots think that they can control speech. It's going to slap them so hard across the face that they're not going to know what happened. And that's exactly what Nostr is. Like, it's brewing, it's free speech, you can't turn it off, and it is beyond exciting. I'm just as excited about Nostr as I am about Bitcoin, because it ensures free speech, which is at par with free and open money. I think Bitcoiners might kind of roll their eyes at like, come on, man, like it can't be as important as money itself. But here's why. If I was going to send you an energy packet, like let's just say I had a ball of energy and I'm going to send it to you, okay? How can I send that to you if there's not a way for us to communicate the address? I have to have a line of communication to you to coordinate the address of where it needs to be received. You don't necessarily have to know where it's coming from, but you do have to know the address where the energy packet's going to be delivered. If somebody can control those lines, right, then it can always be corrupted. The address can be corrupted. So you can have the most pure money on the planet, okay? The best form of money that's ever been invented, which is Bitcoin. But how can I ensure that it actually arrives at the address that it needs to be delivered without uncensorable speech? A communication and coordination layer. Nostr is that. Nostr is this coordination layer so that you can always ensure that the address is properly received. And everyone's like, oh, well, you got Signal, you got all. No, like there are companies that manage these applications. Sure, it's an encrypted line, as far as you know. Can you audit their code? I sure as heck can't. I think Nostr is providing something here. How profound this is being lost on a lot of people. Like Bitcoin, it's only a matter of time until the network effect takes over, and this is going to be massive, huge. My concern back in like the 2017 timeframe of a Facebook or a Twitter or whoever standing out, I wasn't concerned about Twitter because of Jack, but any of these large social media platforms creating their own coin. Even back then, I was of the opinion that there's no way it's going to win in the long run because they will always be corruptible. When those units are being controlled by any entity, it can always be corruptible by politicians or whoever. But what I was concerned with was the timeline being extended out to the right because of how many people would be duped into using such a thing. You know, it could extend the timeline to Bitcoin adoption by an extra decade because of some, you know, large behemoth inserting a coin that, you know, it's a profitable company, so they don't need to debase the coins, but they're still corruptible by politicians. Just want to like say that so people understand that that's not a risk even moving forward, or any other altcoin to ever be concerned with, because they can always be corrupted.